over some of the benefits of yoga for kids. Now, this can be really important if you're a parent and you're maybe trying to explain to your older kid why yoga could work for them or be good for them. It's also great to learn if you have a younger kid and you want to introduce yoga, what could you expect to see, what might help them and work for them. It's also great for educators. Maybe you do want to start a yoga program in your school and you don't know how to explain why it's a good idea. You know it's a good idea, but you don't know how to explain that to anyone that might question it, parents or administration. So this could be a great way to give you sort of a springboard of things you can talk about. So just like in my benefits of yoga video, children can receive all the same benefits as anyone. Children are people, they're just smaller people. But specifically to kids, there's some really cool things that yoga can help with. So first and foremost, yoga can get the wiggles out, especially if you're doing an active, and most kids' classes are active in some facet. It can help kids get their wiggles out and get a little more calm and grounded and ready to focus. Similarly, when we teach them things like the yogic breathing, just simple belly breaths, we do a lot of fun ones too. We'll do balloon breaths. There's a whole bunch on my channel that you can check out. We do different animal breaths. Kids have a lot of fun with those, and sometimes they don't even realize at the time that they're learning a skill to kind of put in their toolkit. But it's that type of breathing that they can take with them off the mat. So if they're feeling any stress, if they're feeling any anxiety, if they're getting frustrated or angry, which happens to all of us, but especially to kids, that they can't always control the big emotions that are happening to them, they now have some different techniques. They have different breathing techniques. There's some that involve movement along with the breath, so they can move their bodies. There's some that have very wide range of movement. So maybe they're frustrated and they're angry, but they know they shouldn't be hitting on a sibling or hurting someone or screaming at the top of their lungs. So this is a way that they can get out that extra built up energy and use their breath and their body movements to work through something. So it definitely provides a really great toolkit to take off the mat and into their daily lives. It also just, in general, can help get some of the energy out. It can help them with better sleep. So maybe they're super wiggly before bed, and you can lead them through, you could throw on a video or lead them through some very active movements that kind of start to wind them down and then get them into a nice relaxation. So then when they climb into bed, they're a lot more ready for sleep. It also can help them with a lot of skills that we need later in life. It helps with compassion. It helps with body awareness, both physically and sort of internally, and that's great. You can be more emotionally aware. You can also be aware of yourself spatially and aware of yourself as you move through a room or through your day or into sports, and that can be a huge thing for a lot of kids. It also helps with body acceptance and with compassion and self-compassion. And I am really a big supporter of the younger we teach kids this, the better. Because once you hit the teenage years, there's so many body issues, body acceptance issues, judgments. And if you learn from a young age to accept your body, accept your challenges, accept what you look like, accept how it works, it's going to be so much easier of a transition. There will still be those, there's still social media and other types of media that are telling kids how to look, how to act. But this is, again, a toolkit that they can sort of rely on. It teaches gratitude. It helps with developmental benefits as well, especially in young kids. Sometimes just in general, a lot of parents know that singing songs, playing with colors, doing different things like that can be a huge benefit to development. And yoga does all that and usually incorporates movement as well. So sometimes it works with developing coordination. You might be doing some fine motor skills. You might be doing some gross motor skills. So it can really help and benefit that. It also can give a sense of community. It might be an online community, which a lot of kids have and need right now. It might be a community once they're going into a studio class. It's a safe space and an inclusive space with lots of friends, and they know what to expect. It also can, in another way, help with resiliency. So they might know what to expect out of a yoga class, but a yoga teacher might challenge them. Maybe you have a really challenging balance day on purpose, and the teacher's trying to throw them off balance a little. Not in a harsh way, but in a safe, non-judgmental environment. So when they do fall, they can laugh at themselves and get back up. That's such a great skill to learn in a safe space and at a young age. So that way, when a bigger mistake happens, it doesn't end it for the child. They go, okay, this is tough, this is a challenge, but I've seen myself fall and get up in the past, both physically and emotionally, and I know I can do it again. Finally, SEL is kind of a buzzword. I'm going to do another video of just what SEL is, but it's social emotional learning. You may be hearing about that from your school, from your children's teachers. You might be a teacher and having to incorporate that into your lesson plan. And social emotional learning is really important, and it's getting more and more traction because it teaches emotional regulation. And big universities and big psychology departments are starting to study and realize math is important and reading is important, but so is emotional regulation. That can be one of the most important skills that children learn and then take out with them into life, because employers, when they look to hire you, they might give you applications that are challenging and present challenges and want to know how you would handle it. And they don't want to hire someone that blows up and is super frustrated or just shuts in on themselves. They want someone that can be a little more thoughtful and recognize the challenges and say, yeah, I can do this and I can form a plan, but if it doesn't work, I can also dust myself off and try a new plan. It's something that I'm resilient and I'm willing to work with. So I know that was a really quick overview. I hope that helps you with any questions you might have about benefits for children. But yoga is just a really great skill and a really great space to give kids to learn all these different benefits and add into their toolkits.